Hello, everyone. I have been working on this for about a month and a few days, and the Lord has been placing in my heart to let everybody know that He's coming back very, very soon, and so that way y'all aren't deceived. He helped me to kind of make a list of the Antichrist, so that way you can be on the lookout, as well as the anti-prophet. The anti-prophet is solely like based on my opinions, and I'll go over that right now, the explanations. But without further ado, this is a checklist on the antichrist, and I will go over every characteristic. So let's start from the top one. Revelation 13:2. It talks about how he is the leopard, as well as has the feet of the bear, and has the mouth of a lion. As I was trying to look those things up, because in in my spirit I felt, look these animals up. What is it that they have? And I found out that the leopards, their spots are very important because it helps them to camouflage and blend in with their environment, so that way they can better kill their prey. So camouflage is key, and deception is its main source. The feet of the bear are important because they are built for speed, endurance, and they're steadfast. So that means they'll never give up at all. All that weight that they carry, with the build that they have, they're quick, they're destructive, and they will just catch up to their prey and just demolish them. The mouth of the lion is important because it not only demonstrates power and authority, but also it calls its main pride, I think it's called, the group, the lions, other lions, and let them know to start getting ready to make a move onto like whatever kind of prey they're gonna chase after. It could be zebras or gazelles. These are just examples. So these are some of the things. These are some of the things that have been placed in my mind and placed in my heart. So the Antichrist is going to be somebody that is going to be incredibly deceitful. He comes as a wolf in sheep's clothing, even as just like an angel of light can come saying, I'm before you and I'm the Lord, but really it's an angel of darkness. So kind of like the Bible says, you got to test them. He's going to be very deceitful. He is going to be so dang charming, and so just, it's all I can think about is charming. So dang charming that he is going to deceive the very elect, which goes on to my next point right here. Deceiving the very elect. Christians and Jews alike are going to love this man. Absolutely love him. There's no other people that are elect. Atheists don't believe in God. Hindus believe in a God. Arabs believe in a God. There's many other religions out there that believe in a God. But the very elect is not talking about them. They're talking about Christians and Jews. So this main Antichrist person is going to be loved by Christians and Jews. So be on the lookout. This man is going to be for the Jews. He's going to be very outspoken about loving Christians, Christianity, everything like that. Now this person is going to be a person of power. What do I mean by that? Nobody's going to mess with him. Nobody. He's going to have military power. People are going to back down when they're like, hey, I told you not to mess with us, and you know what? Boom, I'm going to hit you hard. And he does it. And then the other countries don't dare mess with that one person. Why? Because he has power and authority with him. as pointed in Revelation 13:4. I put little, like, little Bible verses so y'all can be able to look them up. Now, this person is going to be also strategical with money. Why? Because he's going to bring about 3.5 years of good, of plenty. That means that before, that means everything was just pure doo-doo. I had to try to with frame. But he's going to make everything look so beautiful and prosperous. Like it's going to be like, wow, there's nothing but good times with this man. Food has never been cheaper and better, and bills have never been great, like so affordable. Everything's going to be looking fantastic. He's going to bring about like a change, and he is going to, but it's going to be for the change of the kingdom of darkness. Okay, everything's going to be all in stages. It's going to be all moves. The whole world will have their eyes on this person. This person is going to be so well known that other countries are going to be looking and chanting his name and be like, this is the person. We want this person. And and the Antichrist is not even part of that country. Doesn't even live in that country. But this person in particular, the Antichrist, the whole world is going to be chanting his name. They're going to be singing his praises and songs. They're going to be wanting him to be the ruler, to be the one that is elected. I'm giving you a clue as to what's coming up. No, just saying, folks. This person is going to be made to look like a good guy that is being plotted against and betrayed. Very much Christ-like. Very much Christ-like. He's a good guy. People have been, ugly with him. They're all trashing him. And he's just been a good guy, upstanding person, time after time after time. And the people that have betrayed him are just horrible people. Absolutely trash. And it's made to look that way because he's the Antichrist. That means he has to look Christ-like. Just as Jesus, he walked this earth. He was betrayed by the very friends and people closest to him. So will the Antichrist come. He's going to have all the physical appearance outwardly as Christ did. His life, nice guy, was always doing great and always betrayed by others. And he has a heart of gold. But this person is going to be, not a good guy. He's actually, everything is pretty much plotted. It's planned out to be made to look that way, because how else is he going to rule the world universally, worldwide, if it's not all put together, one new world order? That means there's a world order. It's one. It's unification. So, it's one ruler over the whole world. And I say these things, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or trying to make y'all seem like you don't think or anything, but some of these things, the Lord kind of placed in my heart, like for people who haven't given any thought to it, to actually give it some thought, to think about these things so that you don't fall for the trap, the deceitfulness of the enemy, because it's so subtle. It's so small. Like you can't really pick it out unless you're really watching, you're praying, you're paying attention to the times. Jesus said, the end is going to come when you start seeing these signs. And I'm going to bring the checklist to that one too in my next video. But this one is at the forefront because, the Antichrist is already on the scene, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you. You better be ready. You better be ready steadfast in your walk with the Lord. You better have that foundation strong in the Lord, because it's going to be tested. It's going to be tested. I'm telling you right now. If get close to the Lord now more than ever. He is so serious about this. I literally did 30 days of shorts, not only because, to get over the fear of anxiety and all that, but the Lord has been putting in my spirit, on my heart, to let y'all know that he is coming back soon. This is the deadline. This is the time. You can't pray it away. You can't pray the badness. It is time. It is time. He is coming. And y'all better be ready. And I'm letting you know, because I love y'all and I want y'all to make it to heaven. As many as possible. I want all of y'all to make it. So I'm going to continue telling y'all the list. This man, the Antichrist, will have assassination attempts on him. Reason for it is because one of the shots that is going to happen is going to be on his head. It's going to look like a fatal mortal wound, but he's going to recover. People are going to be like, oh my goodness, thank God. They're going to be so relieved that he is okay. And that's why I said that he's being plotted against, betrayed. He's a good guy made to look like a bad guy. Assassination attempt. So that means that there's going to be some people that are not going to like him. Some people that are going to hate him so much that they're going to try to, do a little note with a bounty and try to assassinate him. This is the next one on the list. This man is going to be incredibly intelligent and is able to handle things wisely. What I mean by that is that whenever he is being interviewed, talked with, he's going to have an answer for everything. I mean, they're going to try to bamboozle him with some questions to try to be like, gotcha. Kind of like how the Pharisees tried to trick Jesus with the coin. And Jesus was able to be like, whose face is on this coin? And he outsmarted those Sadducees and Pharisees that tried to come against him. He, remember, is going to be looking like Christ, but he's opposite. He's far from Christ. He is the Antichrist. He is going to have the most perfect responses that you could. I mean, he's so damn charming. I'm sorry. He's going to be so charming. And he's going to have just such incredible wit and responses to him. It's going to be like, ooh, I can't believe he said this or did that. And just, triumphing over his enemies time after time. He's going to be incredibly charming. I mean, I've been saying that throughout the whole entire video. He's going to be so charming that, people are just going to be talking about him left and right. And they just can't help but love him. They can't help but love the way he speaks, the way he talks, the way he is. I mean, the whole world is going to be enamored by him. There's going to be no other man incredibly charming like him. The only man I can think of that was ever incredibly charming and deceived a whole nation, hear me out, a whole nation, not even the whole world, was Hitler. Hitler was so charming, he deceived a whole nation into committing abominable acts against other people because of the religious standpoint, which is going to happen again against the Christians, against the Jews. In a big wide presence. It's not going to be just, like the country, like the little country. It's going to be worldwide. They're going to, Christians are going to be persecuted like never before. And this man is going to be so charming to the Christians and to the Jews. He's going to be the one that's going to come about not only being the peacemaker for the Jews and being everything that the Jews ever wanted. Money, power, authority. To kind of make the whole world acknowledge Jerusalem and who they are as a people. He has to be so charming. He's going to also deceive the Christians. I'm going to do right by you. Y'all are the ones. Y'all are great. He's going to bring about the third temple, times of peace, and the Lord literally said that's when things are going to end. For the Jews, for the Christians, for everybody. Everybody's going to get it. It's going to be judgment time soon. The person will come into power out of nowhere because they were never in any position of governmental or global power. I had to kind of state that right there because this person could have been well known. He could have been well known worldwide, but he never had governmental or global power. That means he was in any kind of position to make laws, pass them, or have any kind of things with having to do with other countries in position of power, of war, any kind of authority. But he's going to come into it and he's going to take to it. People are going to fear him. They're going to be like, oh, I respect this man. He's never been in any kind of position of government to where he was like, he knows his policies, he knows war. He's just a natural at it. Natural. Now, he could be, hear me out, this Antichrist could be from the Middle East. He could come from there. Or he just sides with the Islamic people. Because once the temple is built, he's going to allow the Islamic people that surround Jerusalem to literally trample and destroy the Jewish people while he takes the seat of the Ark of the Temple. He's going to be sitting on the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, and he's going to be the one that's sitting on high in the temple of the holies of holies places, which is the tabernacle, the Ark. And there's a video out there that y'all can search up. The Ark actually switches into a seating chair position. So I'm just saying, he is going to try to sit on the Ark, making that his throne, saying that I have, kind of like in the game of chess, king me. He has like officially kinged himself and taken full authority and position over the whole world. He is now in control of the whole world. So the Islamic people will make peace for the sake of the destruction of the Jews. So you got to keep that in mind. The Antichrist is going to try to take seat of the Ark of the Covenant. So if anybody, if you see anything that has to deal with that, just saying, keep an eye out. Now, on to the anti-prophet. Now, the anti-prophet, I'm not going to rule him out. Could be the Pope, the Catholic Pope. I'm not gonna rule him out. But I suspect that the anti-prophet is actually going to be Jewish born. He's going to look like a devout Jew, and he's going to have like works of miracles, signs and wonders, the way Jesus did, how he healed the blind, the sick, the lame, how he was able to know things about people and be able to kind of like smooth things out. And I put here Revelation 13 through 14. Now, prophets back in the day were like in the like Old Testament. All of them said that they would hear from God. So he's going to be walking around saying that he hears from God, he hears their voice, and that he's going to, remember, the anti-prophet is going to give over the elect to the Antichrist. He's going to betray the people and hand over all authority, all the people to the Antichrist. So I believe that he's Jewish because the Jewish people are very cautious. They're very much about trying to take care of their own people, not trying to get trampled over or destroyed by any other country. And this man, this anti-prophet, is going to be so well versed in the Torah, in the Bible. Like, he's going to have such deep insights that people are just going to be amazed. Just like when Jesus, when he was young, the priests and the rabbis were like incredibly blown away by Jesus when he was a kid, when Mary and Joseph lost him for 3 days and found him at the temple. I laugh at that because I'm like, it took 3 days and then they found Jesus. And Jesus was letting everybody know, hey, I know the word of the Lord inside and out. I know him better than anybody else. He is my Father. This man is going to have to be walking with the quote unquote Spirit of God, but not really. So he's gonna, remember, the Antichrist and the anti-prophet have to look like Jesus. So one of them is gonna have the physical attributes of Jesus, while the other one is gonna have the spiritual aspect of Jesus. The miracles, signs, wonders, the hearing from God, because they're not going to acknowledge Jesus. They're not going to. So they're going to say, oh, I'm here from God, from Yahweh. And so, or not Yahweh. Yahweh is Jesus. Elohim, Adonai, Jehovah, Rapha. And, all the names of the Lord. Forgive me if I got them all wrong. If I didn't say them correctly. So he's gonna have that appearance of spiritual insight, the way Jesus did in the Bible. And he's also, just like the Antichrist, is going to be incredibly charming. He's gonna be so charming, he's gonna deceive the Jewish people, his own people. He's gonna be the goat. He's gonna be the traitorous goat that looks like a lamb, which is, Lamb of Christ, Jesus. All the Jewish sacrifices required a lamb. So he is going to look like a lamb, but he's going to be like as deceitful as a goat. A goat, what it does is it will lead lambs into a slaughterhouse, but it takes the root out. And so all the lambs go right straight to their death. And so that's exactly what the anti-prophet is going to do. So that's why I think that the anti-prophet is going to be Jewish, because if the Antichrist is going to be ruler of the whole wide world, he must also rule Jerusalem as well. They must surrender and give all authority to the Antichrist. So the anti-prophet, as soon as it focuses, the anti-prophet is going to be the one that gives him that power, that gives him that authority to rule over all. So he's going to betray the Jewish people. And look up the Yehuda guy from Jerusalem, Rabbi Yehuda or something, or he's called the Yehuda in Jerusalem. I could be butchering him, but you'll know. Both of these, the anti-prophet and the antichrist, are going to be thrown in with the devil in the lake of fire, or the lake of hell. Revelation 20:10 and Revelation 19:20. I hope this was informative. I hope that this that I was clear in my explanations and things, and I hope I didn't leave anything out. But most importantly, I pray that y'all would be close to God and just your foundation is firm. I also ask that you can help spread this video worldwide. I normally don't like to kind of ask these things. To be honest with you, I'm kind of the type of person that's like, if I can't be seen, I don't like to be heard. So I like to be the fly on the wall in the background. But this is a very important message that needs to be told to everybody worldwide. I don't know if YouTube does automatic translations or anything like that. But if you understand this message and if you're able to translate it, please translate it to your brothers and sisters, because we need to prepare. We need to get ready, not only physically, not only mentally, but spiritually. Our bridegroom is coming back soon. And I very much appreciate your prayers to, watch and protect over my family, over not just my family, but over our Christian brothers and sisters and our Jewish brothers and sisters. For, that we be prayed up and protected always, that we look after one another. So never stop the fight, never give up. And at this point, whatever is distracting you from God and going hard and reading His Word and getting closer to Him, do away with. Just do away with. And just focus as much as you can. As much as you can. Focus on God. Goodbye, my Christian brothers and sisters.